We're getting ready for Ultimate Fight Night 20, and a lot of good stories on this card. I don't know if your story's good or bad, but you know, it is interesting, and I think it's life-altering for maybe some people out there. So let's get into it. I mean, boy, metamorphosis the last 6 months is incredible.
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that you're in UFC, especially with what was going on in August and September. So
everybody's asking me about it. It's a unique story, and I'm very upfront about it, and I want to use it to help people out there that had the same problems as I did. Had depression issues. Had just life issues in general. I had too much stress going on between work, family, trying to run a gym, clean the gym, sign members up, just everything, teach classes. Then on top of that, having to figure out how I'm going to train myself for a fight and then train my other fighters. Then I come home, and then, me and my wife weren't getting along at the time. And I wanted to check out. I tried committing suicide on August 10th, I believe, and a friend of mine, Jim Aramino, took me aside and said, hey, look, we're going to get you some help. You're going to go to this place, you're going to meet some people, and just be open. And I listened to what he said, and these people changed my life. I learned how to deal with my stresses, good stressors, bad stressors, deal with my depression issues, and it actually brought me and my wife closer. And I got out of that 72-hour hold, and I had a torn MCL. I was overweight. I had a fight coming up in 6 weeks, and people were saying, don't fight, don't fight, don't fight. And I was like, no, I'm in a better place now than I ever was. I was mentally, I was there. Finally, for once in my life, I had the mental side down. So all I needed to do is get my body in physical shape, got in the physical shape, went into my fight, and smashed the guy. And 4 days later, signed with the UFC, 4-fight deal. I'm like pinching myself on the couch going, what the heck? I went from trying to commit suicide and just being at the darkest spot in life, and 10 years later, I get to the brightest spot in my life, getting to my dream. The whole time I was fighting, I just wanted to get to the UFC. I took a road least traveled to get there. Right. It was a lot longer road because I'm a tough, stubborn SOB probably, but 10 years later, I get there, and then I get reunited back with Tap Out. And everything meant so much to me. And then the support I got from friends and family has just been overwhelming. And I want to use this story to help people out there. I'm fortunate to have the light on me because I'm in the UFC. We get so much exposure, so much media time. And if I could help people find a way to deal with their problems and show them that when you think it's the darkest time is the time you need to buckle down, find help, lean on your friends, and you'll get to some bright spots.
So let's go back a little bit because part of the drama was a standoff with the cops. I mean, at that point, you're talking about suicide by cop. Yeah. So can you remember what was going on in the car? And I know eventually your friend Jim came and said, hey, everyone's got to calm down here. But I mean, what's going through your head there? Are you just like, I'm done? Is there part of you that's saying, hey, you know what? I hope this doesn't happen. It's got to be just unbelievable that most of us hopefully never feel.
The feelings. That whole day was crazy. I tried finishing, I tried writing a note. I was writing this note, and I locked the door. I kicked the door wedge under there. I didn't want my wife coming in, nothing. I didn't want to do anything in front of her. I didn't want to hurt anybody else but myself. And I wanted to finish the note and just shoot myself in the head. I had a .45 caliber weapon, which is more than enough to do the job. My wife stopped me. She somehow got through the door, and for whatever reason, she got in there, and I was like, I'm not going to do anything from you, do anything to you. I just, want to finish some stuff. I got out of the house, got in my truck, and I was just going to find a cop to finish it. Suicide by cop. It happens a lot in a year. And I couldn't find any cops, and finally I got one, and I kind of, let him know what I wanted to do with him. And Jim, at this time, I didn't know, called all of them, and he didn't pull in. They surrounded me. I was sitting in the truck for a while, and I just wanted someone to shoot me. I wanted the sniper. Everybody around me basically had a taser gun, and they weren't gonna shoot me. Mm-hmm. And I knew the only person with a gun was the sniper, really, and I was just, please shoot me, please shoot me. And Jim Aramino, little old Jim Aramino comes walking through the police line, just high-stepping it, and he actually got in a lot of trouble for just walking right through. There's procedures and stuff. And they're yelling at him, Jim, stop, don't go near, you know, blah, blah, blah. They're yelling at him, like, really loud. And he goes, nope, nope, that's my buddy in there. He loves all you guys. He would never hurt anybody. He just needs help. Walks right up to the car. He's about 30 feet away. And I just looked at Jim, and I was just like, wow, you know. I opened the car door, walked over to him, and he gave me a big hug and said, we're gonna get you better. Trust me, buddy. I love you to death. Everybody out here loves you. And the cops, I couldn't even believe this, but they all surrounded me, and they were just telling me how much I meant to their son or daughter. They'd seen me fight before, and they said, God, you're such a good guy. You know, what are you doing? Everybody has a bad day. And, you know, it's just weird. I didn't realize I had the support of people like that. I've always been a big goofball and hid behind my smile, but now I could really smile and not hide behind anything. I feel great. This sport is so hard. It's physically demanding, and mentally I think it's more demanding, flat out. The mental side of this sport's hard. You're dealing with training, dieting, your money situations. It all revolves around that, and it's just it's really hard on a fighter. It's just hard. It's hard on everybody, not even just the fighters, the fighter wives, the families, their friends. You know, you sacrifice a lot, and all that sacrifice, you start thinking about it every night, and you go, like, is this worth it? Why am I doing this? You know. And for me, I feel like this is the only thing I'm good at. You know, all I've done my whole life is fight and teach and train, and I'm like, I'm not making it work. You know, and you really got to rely on your friends and family. And if that's not working, you need to find a place where you could vent these problems, and they'll show you how to deal with it. And that's basically what happened with me. You know, I was just stopped. Fortunately, I got to a place where I met these people, and let my guard down and just opened up, and I was like, wow, this is much better. Plus the drugs are really good. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding about the drugs. No, as usual, joker. No, but you know, it's life's gonna deal with you on life's terms. Nothing's gonna be easy. Nothing's gonna be simple. There's never an easy way out. You just gotta learn how to deal with the good and the bad. And even good, you have stresses there. You know, it's good. I made it to the UFC. I'm so happy, you know. I was crying on the phone because I was so happy. But, you know, there's stresses that come along with this good, you know. And you just got to learn how to deal with it. And the bad, obviously, everybody knows how that works. But just learning and knowing how to get the help means it means everything.
So do you feel, after all of this, right, do you feel like now mentally you're at a different level than maybe a lot of fighters? Because so much of it's physical, but so much more of it's mental. As you know, the day of the fight, walking into the cage, you know, that the job security thing, the fear of losing. I mean, and the fact that you're not 22 years old. The guy you're fighting is 20, so he's dealing with different pressures.
Double his age.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be, I guess, a unique strength that most guys aren't going to have.
Yeah, I think I'm lucky in that sense. Where I'm not lucky is I'm really old, and I'm fighting a guy that's like 20 years old, almost half my age. He's not going to have all the little nicks and neck pains. When I wake up in the morning, I got to like move myself around and crack things, and you know, Metamucil doesn't taste all that good in the morning. But no, I've been through more in my life. I just mentally am in a different spot. Yes, I still feel the stress of the fight. Yes, I'm nervous when I walk in there. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, I'm afraid of losing. But it all boils down to, all it is something in the way of a goal of mine. You know, my goal is to get here and win. And this guy's stepping in between it, and I'm going to do what I need to do, and I need to worry about what I control. Once you realize how to deal with that, it makes it easier.
Good deal. You know, I'm glad you turned things around, and good luck in the fight, and I hope it goes well in UFC.
Yeah, thank you so much. Every time you see me fight, I've trained, done everything right, win or lose, I feel like a winner in there.
And we should point out, very cool T-shirt. I was looking at another video.
Yeah.
If you want to walk up, we can show everybody the camera. It's a very cool.
And it's actually me on the front.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they've ever done a shirt like this, but
Good job by Tap Out.
Proud of it. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. Tap Out wanted to do something special for me, and they actually put Charles's hat on here, kind of the image and stuff, and it means a lot. I love you guys at Tap Out. Thank you so much, and all the fans love you guys. Thanks for supporting us.